And we are live. This time the notification went out. I'm seeing emails. Okay, why is it saying primary stream we're not receiving data at a fast enough? Why I should have I'm getting a whole bunch of notifications all over the place. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can fix this stream. What's going? Nope, I'm getting 61. I did not. When YouTube saw that you were about to go live, so I'm sticking around. All right, thank you, John. Um, cool. I'm glad a notification went out. Most of you don't know this because I deleted the first video, but I went live and YouTube decided not to tell anyone. So this is my second attempt. I used an event instead of the Stream Now feature, and yeah, this seems to be good. I think when you set a reminder, people need to set a reminder in order to get notifications. No, that's not true. It If you've hit the notification bell on my channel now, if you set a reminder, it'll send you a reminder before I go live. But like this is my mom's phone, and it's still set to get notifications from YouTube. So there was a notification that I was live. So anyway, yes, hopefully this stream works better this time. Um, I don't know. Okay, now it says the health is nope. It still says it's bad. Why does it say my health is bad? How does the stream look? Let me know how it looks. And it's not a Wi-Fi thing because I'm connected on. Let me do speedtest.net. I'm connected to the Ethernet, so I should be good. And of course, it's not downloading anything. Let's try this again. And why is such a horrible? Okay, am I back? Am I back? Okay, health is good, 906. Okay, I think, let's see, am I back? Let me know, John. Let me know if you can see me now. Oh, what the frack is wrong with YouTube tonight? Seriously. Oh, first it doesn't send notifications out to people that I've gone live, and then all of a sudden, even though I'm on Ethernet, it decided to not have a good stream. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so let's edit. The only challenge tonight with editing is that you guys aren't going to be able to hear the audio, I don't think. Because, yeah, if I play this, can you guys hear this, or is this just muted for you? Hey, Poor Bung Pig, good to see you. Um, I'm glad people are actually getting the notifications this time. Oh, man. I'll say it again. I tried going live earlier and it was no one got a notification. It was somehow, even though I switched it from unlisted to public, when I refreshed the page, it said it was unlisted still. So I switched it back to public, and I don't think, yeah, okay. How do I want to do this without creating, you know what? I'm going to see. Hopefully we don't get any feedback. Okay, you guys can hear me? Let's see about this. But I have plans tonight. Normally, it's a Thursday night, so normally I would have Bible study. Yeah, I'm using a Mac. I was trying to do the AirPods
so I wouldn't have like it picking up itself. But let's hope this works. Okay, so this vlog is I explained it all earlier, but no one was on, so I get to explain it again. Fun. Okay, so this vlog, I think will end up being a short vlog. Probably not one of my great ones, but I think it's still worth putting out. It was from an event back on May 4th that I attended, and um, it was a VR event at the YouTube space. So, what I've got so far is the first few clips I've got were from like my day job, and I had taken just um, some footage out the window. And if you're looking at this and you're wondering why the footage looks so gray and dull, it's because I don't have any LUTs applied yet, and I do that later on in the process. If you guys want, I can show you the process here. But so these are just some of the shots, and then there's no audio right now because this is just B-roll, and then I'll edit this with music later once I pick something out. But yeah, just a couple of different shots. Most of them I've sped up 800%. They're shot 24 frames a second, so I just sped them up 800%. And I mean, right now it's like over a minute of footage, and this will be reduced to like 20 seconds, probably, if even that. This one, the last two, just because of the angles, 400% is what I set them at instead of 800. And again, I'll really play with these and maybe even time them some more. Wait a moment. I have that on tripod mode, and it is still... That's interesting. Cut that out. It's going to have to... Yeah, you see how jumpy it is when it's not analyzed for stabilization. I've got tripod mode on for this shot just because I shot it handheld and apparently was really shaky for some reason. I think I was just trying to get the shot really quickly. And yeah. Okay. I should probably put alcohol in this after the evening I've had. It's just soda. Alright, so now let's see how this clip looks. Much better. See how smooth that looks? Okay. I'm just going to show you guys really quickly what... again, this is not normally something I do at this stage, but I'll go ahead and show you guys. One of the things yay, alcohol. So normally when I'm editing this, what you see here, this is how my edit session looks. I have my 5K 27-inch monitor connected to my MacBook Pro, and so I'll have on my laptop screen is where my file manager is, but then which is what I just collapsed over here on the left. So normally I don't have that on the screen. I have it off. I'm going to have it on here just because of how I'm doing this live stream. But this is usually how I see it. And the big video here that's like is at scaled at 86% because this is C4K footage. It's 4096 by 2160, which is a little wider than 16 by 9. And so, but yeah, this is what it looks like. And that video, believe it or not, is actually about the size of my 15-inch monitor. So it's huge. It's like being able to watch my video in full screen on my laptop, but then with the extra controls on the side. So I love it, which is why I have it off to the side. Now you'll notice on the left that because I shot in log format, that I've got my up at the top, I've got an RGB overlay, but then The two scopes I use primarily is the RGB Parade and the Luma waveform. And the Luma has to do with like overall brightness of the image. Pardon me. And then the RGB Parade is the same, but the red, the green, and the blue are separated out. And so, and you'll notice it goes from like -20 to 120. And I've found that the image that I like is when my blacks are just kissing that 0, and my whites, my highlights are just kissing the 100. And so beyond that is when you start getting crushed blacks, and you start getting blown out highlights. So I try and keep it like right in there. And what I have is this program called Lut Utility, and I just drag it and I put it right on the file. And it shows me all sorts of LUTs that I've got programmed in. And so I could actually go through these and pick what look I like. Like you'll notice up here in this corner, the upper right is a vintage Kodachrome. So if I wanted everything to have like a Kodachrome, like 70s feel, I could pick that. There is just one down and to the left of that, which it would be right. I'm trying to get this right there. That one's called Osiris, and that's kind of like a sci-fi looking one. You know, you might use on, you know, something set like that. And then it's also kind of got, I don't remember if it's that one or another one that is a is that what's become a modern classic, teal and orange, which is a very weird thing because it's pretty unnatural. I don't know if I've, John just asked if I've seen Peter McKinnon's LUTs. I'm not sure if I have, but I do have a collection because this is footage I shot with my GH5, and I have a folder of just GH5 LUTs. And I have one in particular that has become my favorite, and it's this one right here. So just down there. And it's the Cinema 5D Insta-LUT, and I used it on my last video, and it was the perfect LUT. So I think I'm going to be using that most of the time. So you'll notice how just adding that just immediately goes. Funny enough, John, I actually don't necessarily like that teal and orange. But I mean, it's a thing every once. I think I've used it for a couple of shots if it's the right shot. I do try and go for more of a natural. Now this is looking a little off, so I'll add the white balance in here. That's actually one of my favorite things about this. And then I can kind of take something that's white in here, and yeah, you'll notice that kind of helped a little bit. I think it should be a little bluer. Just the reason this shot's a little off is I was going through an office window, and so it just, it colors it weird. LUT that you're using looks great for that shot. Yeah, I just didn't quite like the unwhite balanced look. Although, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll go with it. The only weird thing too is the orange staircase down here, right in the middle of the fountain. It looks kind of peach here, but in real life, it's more of a dark orange. So I'll have to see if I can't play with that a little bit. I'll come into the exposure, and then so you'll notice over on the left, the Luma is just above, so I could bring it down a little bit. So it's just kissing, but now the overall image is a little dark, so I'll bring up my midtones to bring back in some of that that detail. That's a little too much, because I still want to have a little bit of a contrasty feel, but you bring it up just a little bit. And then I can bring up the highlights just a tiny bit, just so. Looking more at the Luma right now. So there we go. So I've just done the LUT gallery, the white balance, and the color correction. And if I knew I had a series of shots that all were the same, like I had a shot of me talking and I cut it all up, and then I would be able to come in and set it for one, and then you can copy. So Command C, and then if you select other clips in your timeline, and like if I did it right here, I'll just show you. So I'll do Command C, and then if I select these other clips and I do Shift Command V, it brings up this paste attributes window. And so you can just turn on and off. So like one of the things you want to make sure to turn off is the timing. But it's got the 3 of these, so I can come in here, and now you'll notice that all of these, which it might not be quite right, but it is pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that, though. And I'm going to turn that back on. And then just because I'm going to do this more at a later stage, and I might, cut things differently, I'm just taking off my colorizations for now. But I just did want to kind of walk you through what my color process step looks like. This might change once the new 2.0 firmware for my camera comes out, which is probably this week, because it's supposed to be by the end of September. And it is, it's going to have HDR, HLG, so that basically I can shoot with a wide dynamic range, but it doesn't have this flat profile like this. So, and whereas if I'm shooting something for maybe a client or a film, I'll still shoot in this, so I'll have all this control. But when I'm just shooting for my vlog, this can be a little time consuming, so it'll help to not have to do that. And also, I'll know that the settings are a little bit more automatic. Let's see here. Real life is boring. Make it as you see in your mind. It's kind of what I did with my last one. It was pretty close to reality, but a couple of the shots, especially in the beginning, might have been punched up a little bit more. So, all right. So now I've got that. Now I have to start laying down. All right, so this is where I start coming.
I am absolutely exhausted and wiped right now. I've just had 2 full days of Scrum Master training through the day job. And last night, I only had 3 hours of sleep because I was shooting and editing and uploading the video for my Star Wars Day giveaway. Totally worth it, though.
So a lot of time has passed since I shot that, so I don't know if I want to mention that part. There's 2 ways I could go about this. I could either just drop the entire conversation in and then edit out later, or I can kind of self-edit parts now. Scrote Master Training, Scrum Master Training. That's the other thing I don't know if I want to put in here. I think I would just keep it, let's see.
I've already had 3 coffees, 2 sodas, and now this on top of everything else. I would love to just go home and sleep, but I have plans tonight. Normally,
let's see here.
Because there is a VR happy hour. But tonight, I'm going down to the YouTube space.
Okay. So, yeah, I think I'm going to keep it kind of tight. So let's go back to this first clip.
I am absolutely exhausted and wiped right now. I've just had 2 now.
I guess I do need a little bit more. What do you want to accomplish? Not promote my day job and getting right into this VR thing, but I also have to have a good introduction to the story, because really the story is going to be about the VR thing.
I've just had 2 full days of Scrum Master training through the day job.
It does sound like Scrote Master Training. And last night, I only had 3 hours of sleep because I was shooting and editing and uploading the video for my Star Wars Day giveaway. Totally worth it, though. I feel like having just a 5-second clip. Scrum Master training through the day job. And last night, on silent. And last night, I only had 3 hours of sleep because I was shooting and editing and uploading the video for my Star Wars Day giveaway. Totally worth it, though. I'll throw this in for now. I might edit later. I've already had... One of the things I tend to do... yeah, exactly. And that's what John just made a comment in the 3-act structure, beginning, middle, and end. And that's what I feel I've really accomplished in my last 2 episodes, vlog episodes, is having a beginning, a middle, and an end. In episode 26, it was easy because I took 3 days and put them together, and it was a weekend for a wedding that I was out of town. So Act 1 was going there and running late for the plane and being late for the rehearsal dinner. And then Act 2 was everything with the wedding. And then Act 3 was heading back to Los Angeles and actually being first on the plane this time and going through security and all that stuff. So it was a really nice 3-act structure. It just really came together a lot better than if I'd done 3 different episodes. And that was the last one that I had done where I was actually doing an edit session like this. I had started with that, and at that time I wasn't sure if I was going to do 3 episodes or smash them together. And then the last episode, it was all one day, all one actually like afternoon and evening, but there was definitely kind of a beginning as my friend and I were at the Wildflowers, and then the second act was we're the drone footage and all the cool stuff with the flowers. And then the third act, the end, was kind of like an epilogue of us at the restaurant, just kind of closing out the day. So like I said, I feel like I've really accomplished that in my last 2. Obviously this one, Act 1, would be kind of like just heading down there to the YouTube space for the event. Act 2 would obviously be the event, and then Act 3 would be whatever I say as I'm leaving. We'll have to see what footage I've got. I honestly have not looked at this footage since I shot in the beginning of May. So June, July, August, September, almost 5 months ago, I shot this. That's how far behind I got on my vlogs, guys. It was kind of insane. I can't believe it. But I'm going to be catching up here and then shooting new stuff. That's a good setup. Move into the setup. Good start. Move into setup. This is great. I've already had 3 coffees, 2 sodas, and now this on top of everything else. I would love to just go home and sleep. But I have plans tonight. Normally... John's asking, have you considered music in the background to keep momentum? Well, I mean, obviously I've got music in between. It depends on the music, because I find a lot of times it's distracting. And also, at least the way I've been editing my episodes lately, and again, this can change episode to episode because I will kind of just go wherever the footage really dictates. But the way I've been editing it is you get the music going, you kind of think it's going, and then just hard stops, and then hard picks up. Sometimes transitions a little bit between, and the music helps you know that you're going to the next part. That's the way I've been editing. We'll see. I've tried a couple of different times. Like the original, I had to change the music for my last episode, and I originally had this song that was not... In fact, here, let me see if I can play it. The proxy file might have been wiped. Yeah, proxy's gone. Anyway, the original song I had for the last episode, the beginning was a lot more lower tone, and it built up a little bit later on, but the beginning was just, I got bored, and I originally looped part of the song in the background, and it felt too much to me. So I tend to do when I'm talking no music. But if this ends up only being like a super quick, like 30-second thing, it might make sense to drop the audio and maybe pull out. I always download the stems so I could keep like the instruments going, but pull out the drums and the bass, so it's easy to hear me, but still have some music. And so I might like mix it like that, where I pull out a couple of the tracks and keep it underneath, and then ramp it back up if it's short. But it really depends on length, and really depends on how it feels keeping the music underneath. So
Yeah. But I have plans tonight. Normally, it's a Thursday night, so normally I would have Bible study Tinseltown that I'd be going to tonight. But I actually went to our Fox Lot study last night instead of the normal CBS study on Thursday.
And see, I can already tell like this is stuff I would cut out because it's really not important.
And tonight I'm going down to the YouTube space because there is a VR happy hour. But tonight I'm going down to the YouTube space. But tonight I'm
Third take.
But tonight I'm going down to the YouTube space in Culver City somewhere. But tonight, I can't talk. But tonight I'm
apparently take 5.
But tonight I'm going down to the YouTube space where there is a VR mixer, and I want to go check that out. So that's why I'm caffeineing up even more.
Wow, I couldn't even say the
And
word
now I've got to
caffeinated.
drive in traffic to deal with. And I don't think you can see me. It's like where there is a VR mixer, and I want to go check that out. So that's why I'm caffeineing up.
Cut out my flub. I left my flub in the last episode. I often don't do multiple takes. This was just one of those ones where I'm like, I knew I was off, and there was like sounds driving by.
All right, there we go. That should be. All right, I just had to turn around. So tonight I've got this VR mixer down at the YouTube space, which, if you don't know about, is this huge studio that YouTube sets up. And
I was walking, so I was out of breath. I was anxious to get on the road. I don't like this take at all.
I've shot there a couple times. Tonight is a mixer, and I'm kind of looking forward to going to it because it's all about virtual reality and 360 video, and I kind of want to get into that a little bit too. So that's tonight. I gotta caffeine up. I'm at my car right now. I gotta drive in traffic. I don't know exactly what I'll get tonight, but it should be fun, and it's really going to be nice being around people that are YouTubers like myself.
You know that okay? Most of this clip is not good, but
Get tonight, but it should be fun, and it's really going to be nice being around.
I might end up having to cut this if it seems jarring, but
And it's really going to be nice being around people that are YouTubers like myself, that are creatives like myself, and not bankers like my normal day job.
maybe I won't keep that in. I'll drop it in my timeline for now. It can always delete it later. What I tend to do is I kind of do a rough assemble. I take all of my footage and I just start going through and grabbing all the good clips and just dropping it in the timeline. Usually it's in order. I just hit the E button. Once I set my in point, set my out point, I-O, and then I hit E to drop it to the end. And then once I've got my assemble, then I'll start I'll pick my music, and then I start editing to the music. And Sometimes I have like 20 minutes in my assemble that I want to get down to like 5 minutes, but a lot of it's uh, like time lapse stuff, things that are going to be cut really quickly. Literally, it's like 3 minutes in my timeline, and it's going to end up being 3 seconds. Um, so that's just what my workflow is. All right. So this episode, I only have my Panasonic here. If you can see over here, I've got keywords for my different cameras. And in like episode 27, I had my Mavic, my GoPro, and my Panasonic. In this episode, I just have my Panasonic GH5. And so that'll make it easier on some of the footage, matching it, making sure it all looks good. It might make my color process just super quick. Because the GH5 footage was easy to grade my last episode, and my GoPro and my Mavic footage were not. So we'll take a look here and see what else I've got. Looks like I had the microphone on, but let me switch it to just picture mode. This clearly was not safe to be doing. Oh yeah, there was like a helicopter. So I like just turned it on and Okay, this kind of cool shot. I'm going to have to stabilize the hell out of this footage. Okay. So let's see. I've got, this is a good shot. This is a good shot. Probably going to need at least one more. I might need part of this. Okay, this has got the helicopter in it. So let's get from right there to there. And then this. I am editing in Final Cut Pro 10. This seems like a pretty stable shot. Okay, put this back in. I want to capture the audio now.
Ouch. Just bit the inside of my cheek. All right, I'm actually feeling pretty perked up now. All right, I'm actually feeling pretty
I said all right. That is the bane of editing, is how many times I'm like, I'll say all right or okay so.
All right, I'm actually feeling pretty perked up now. I don't know if it was that Starbucks double shot or if it was just leaving work and getting second wind. But I feel a lot better. I feel a little bit more energized. At the very least, I feel ready to take on this mixer and go and enjoy it and talk to people, promote my channel, check out some VR stuff, and then go home, where I'm probably going to crash, go to sleep, If I get back early enough, maybe I'll hit the hot tub. I don't know. Maybe I'll just take a hot bath. I'm going to relax this evening. That I know for sure. But for now, I'm going to go YouTube it up.
That's great. That entire thing, I gotta to tighten it, but that's a good take. And then it's back to B-roll. Back to B-roll. Better than super excited. Do I just have this one take? No, I've got a couple of takes here. You know what I'll probably do? I'm going to switch this around so that the shot of the logo is before I'm talking and walking. Okay, let's see which one's best. Which one is the smoothest? Yeah, I'm a little off. There's a pole in the way. Oh, the pole's still there. Okay. I think that last one's probably the best. I'd end up doing a little bit of stabilization later. This, what I just did, is why I love Final Cut Pro 10 and not Premiere. Is, oh, I want to move the order of clips, grab, drag, done. The elastic timeline, I love it. You want to make a montage of YouTubers saying, super excited, bitch, nothing ain't ever that exciting. Good one, John. I'm super excited for this pineapple soda I'm drinking. Put a little bit of Bacardi in it next time.
YouTube, as usual, puts on a great networking event. I haven't been to one of these in a while. I don't know why. They used to do these every Friday, and they haven't done them in a while. At least I haven't heard about them. But they got a couple of food trucks over there. They've got a whole bunch of vendors inside. I had a chance to talk to the guys at Kodak. I've been looking at, they're one of the first to market to have.
The guy from Kodak, by the way, was kind of a douche. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Kodak guy, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But when I asked how big of a channel someone would need to borrow a Kodak 360 camera, and you said millions of subscribers, go to hell. That's all I have to say about that.
First to market to have a two lens system, front and back, for 360, and they've come out with a new one that instead of two, one.
I would do pineapple soda and vodka, John, but I thought I had vodka in, but it's Bacardi, which is white rum. That ain't vodka. I have that, and I have Captain Morgan's. I don't think that would go with the pineapple too well.
80 cameras that's one back to back, like one solid unit. That's literally
wow.
small,
Talk about some
like
autofocus
the entire
issues.
thing is smaller than one of the cameras of their old system. So, talked to them about that. It's coming out in a couple of months. I thought I was done buying equipment. Someone's going to need to stop me from buying this because I want to start playing in 360.
Okay, some good stuff in there.
YouTube, YouTube, as usual, puts on a great networking event. I haven't been to one of these in a while. I don't know why. They used to do these every Friday, and they haven't done them in a while. At least I haven't heard about them. But they got a couple of food trucks over there. They got a whole bunch
I'm so going to have to tighten this up, but there's some good stuff in
vendors inside. I had a chance to talk to the guys at Kodak. I've been looking at, they're one of the first to market to have a two lens system, front and back, for 360. And they've come out with a new one that instead of two 180 cameras, that's one back to back, like one solid unit that's literally small, like the entire thing is smaller than one of the cameras of their old system. So, talked to them about that. It's coming out in a couple of months. I thought I was done buying equipment. Someone's going to need to stop me from buying this because I want to start playing in 360.
A lot of that I'm cutting out, but clearly I thought VR Girl was cute. Didn't see her face. No, I think I was just trying to get B-roll of someone playing with a unit. So this. It was kind of weird seeing all these people sitting in the seats wearing these goggles. It was an interesting. Maybe near the end here. What the heck? There we go. I'm controlling it with a touch bar right this moment. Okay. As you'll notice, I don't have a lot of footage. I'm already 2/3 the way through of what I've got this episode. VR vlogging, make it happen. I want to smell where you are. That's a little bit more than VR. That's yeah. I'm not sure if the smell-o-vision's ready for prime time yet. I'm going to take you on a trip to my bathroom. That's what my stream has devolved into. Fart jokes. Shitty jokes. Okay, I need a refill. It's a good thing I don't have like a little head-mounted camera or a chest-mounted camera, and that was streaming because you would see how pathetic my fridge is. It is bare. So barren. Bath salts. Okay. Oh, this was a good one. This person just looking all around. Okay. I might actually be able to move this shot earlier. Actually, a lot of this stuff I might move before the last little snippet. This isn't much of a... I can always stretch that one out later. That's just going to be a super quick shot. Oh, hello. Oh, shutter speed issues there. Whoa, too many. Wow, it's kind of hard to get a steady shot there. And here's that Kodak camera that I seriously, I would love to get this Kodak, get my hands on this. It really, compared to everything else on the market, I kind of like what this offers. I mean, I wasn't even asking Kodak for one for free. I wanted to borrow it, create something cool, give it back to them, and then let them use it to promote the camera. How am I doing with this shot? Okay. That's my shot there. Where I pull out. That's what she said. Yeah, I got That's What She Said into this live stream. Sorry, just checking something over here. All right. All righty, daddy. What else do I have? I think the challenge with this episode is going to be the editing, because normally I have a pretty linear story that I can tell. Like I've got a little bit where I talk, and then I've got a bunch of montage stuff, and then a little bit of talk, and there's not a lot that I kind of move around. Sometimes a little bit, but here, I think this one I'll be doing a lot of moving things around to make it, more storytelling. Oh, by the way, John, hold on. John, you're going to appreciate this. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of episode 29. I just have to get my hard drive out. I need to get a new hard drive for all my footage. I want to get like a huge 8 or 12 terabyte RAID array so that I have 4 to 6 terabytes to actually store footage with. Plug that in. Switch to original. Are you ready for this, John? Are you ready to see what I have here? Come on. See that? Whoop. What happened? There we go. I guess I have to keep this open. So this is all my footage from the Renaissance Fair back on May 6th. Oh, the Renaissance Pleasure Fair. In Idlewild, California. And I was wearing a Star Trek hoodie that day. And oh, did I not import the iPhone footage yet? Oh, I still have footage I need to import in. A friend of mine took some footage with an iPhone of me interacting on the Mooney Show, and yeah.
No, thank you though.
So it's a little jittery because I haven't rendered any proxy footage. So let's see, where is my friend? Oh, there she is. This is a friend of mine that
Just myself, where I am a lady.
I am a lady. Hmm.
You would.
So she teaches my dad how to curtsy. He's not doing too well. Yeah, there he goes.
No one even look at your legs?
What are you barking at? My dog's barking in the other room. I really don't know what he's barking at. He's lying on my bed. Okay, what resolution are you shooting in? C4K. It's a little wider than 4K. So I get, but yeah, and it's also, it's not even just the resolution, it's 10-bit. So like if I opened up the File Explorer, you can't even preview any of the files in Mac OS. You have to load it into Final Cut Pro to see it, and then even to get it to render right, you have to render optimized and proxy files. Those work fine. The H.264s are too clunky, but ProRes and proxy are fine. But yeah. Let's see here. People doing their little. Yeah, sorry for the low frame rate, but this will be my next one that I'm going to be editing. If all goes well this week, then the one I'm editing now from the VR night will be up Wednesday, and this episode right there will be Friday. Or this will be next week if I only get one episode up. But I'd like to get two. I really want to get two. The thing is, in addition to these two, I also have another video that I'm not going to mention yet, but it's coming. I've got a really cool campaign I'm about to kick off the beginning of the month. Yeah. Do you, John? Do you recognize any of these acts from yours, or any of them the same at all? And of course, there's a police box. Lunchtime. Huge sausage I ate. that 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 should be my cover photo for the vlog. There it is, right there. Okay, so John just asked. He said, "Aaron, VR is the future. If I want to make videos in VR, what would you suggest?" The only thing I recognize is what you mentioned, Moody. Um, the thing is, there's a difference between shooting 360 and then a 360 VR experience. Obviously, to have VR, it has to be computer generated. Um, but you can shoot 360. I honestly would recommend the Kodak. I actually have a postcard for it right here, the one I was showing in the other videos. This one right here. I do have a discount code, so if you're actually going to get one, um, let's see, the Orbit 360. If this code still works, it might not, but it'd be like 20% off, and it's a $500 camera, so that's $100 off. Um, so I could send that to you privately, John. I probably should be saying it on my stream just in case anyone else is watching. Um, but yeah, this is kind of what I'd recommend. Where is it? There it is. I haven't actually worked with this. That's the thing. I just like what I've seen about it. But this would be good to do 360 videos. There are some things you have to keep in mind. You have to be very careful about movement. So doing a 360 vlog where you're walking around might not actually work very well. But if you kind of do it as lockdown shots and movement is very like you got to keep the camera like let's say this is the camera. You got to keep it like this when you're filming. You can't do this. You can't do this. It's got to be straight on. And so it might be best to just lock it down. What I wanted to do with the 360 was actually a choose your own adventure style story for YouTube where you have your main story and then you get to a decision tree, and every time that you move it would either be like a dissolve or it would be a new video. So each decision tree would jump to another part of the story. That way you wouldn't have movement. The problem with movement, even if you're not doing like this or this, and you're just moving like this, is you then have no user agency for movement. And because it's not a game, you can't control walking around. So if all of a sudden you as the viewer have your goggles on and you're looking this way, and then the camera starts moving, and so you're like going sideways, all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I'm moving and I didn't control moving, and you get nauseous. So that's what you have to be careful of with shooting 360. Again, I haven't actually gotten to do any 360 footage shooting myself. I just have looked into what some of the challenges are. Yeah, stuffing my face. That has got to be the cover photo. And unless there's one a little bit more scandalous. You notice I've got a lot more footage in this episode. I'm going to have the transcoding run overnight or something. And then one of these. I love these things. I get one every year. Actually, I get a couple every year. Wait, it was... Oh yeah, I was vlogging and some random woman comes up and crashes my shot. Made me think I was at VidCon. VidCon wasn't for another month or two. There's Brune. This is Brune. I love Brune. Not as much as I love Mooney, but I do love Brune. And this shot right here, I'm going to have to take a screenshot of and send to him. And there's Mooney. Oh, good old Mooney. And this was kind of cool. So there's this guy under the tree, and this just laying there pretending to be drunk, and this little wood forest nymph was like just putting rocks on him. Oh, and then this was one of my favorites too. Yeah, you guys are getting this huge preview. Yeah, this is what Mooney does. Okay, I'm going to switch back to episode 28 because I only have a little bit left to do before we're done. Switch this back to proxy. Maybe there's several Moonies. I don't know. Yeah, the Mooney and Brune do shows together. They've got a Facebook page. I don't know what to say. Okay, so the last shot I got was that. Okay. So what do we have here?
It's not just for VR. We're trying to take headphones and break them out of stereo. The stereo is not actually here. It's the way we hear the world is natural. We're trying to just record this in your slowing forward. So what we're trying to do is anywhere acoustically. You know what I mean? Whether it's for this virtual sound.
Okay, I think I got a couple of pieces out of this I can grab. I like in the beginning how I was just like looking around.
We're trying to take the headphones and break them out.
And then there was another clip where you can see the screen behind it. That's the first time I've... Whoop. There we go. This is my friend Martin. This is my friend Martin.
Great job. He's like, here's our new promoter.
Okay. Oh. Let's see from here. This was actually a really fun game. It's weird. I'm pointing this way because this is where my monitor is, but the video is right here. All right. drop that in. All right, want to make sure I'm capturing audio again too, audio and video.
You know, when I came tonight, when I came to...
That's another all right, yeah, okay, so,
Tonight, I was
All right, you're heading out, John? All right, thanks for stopping by. Hope that you enjoyed watching, saying lots of love to you. Can't wait to see more of your vlogs, man. You need to get back into the game. We miss you. And you know what? You should come out to Los Angeles, visit me, and we'll do a collab somehow on something. I don't know. If anyone else is in, now's a perfect time for you to pipe in and start asking questions in the live chat. I'm almost done with the footage. I think once I'm done looking through this, then I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream, just in case anyone else is still lurking. Okay, so let's see here.
You know, when I came tonight, I was afraid I wasn't going to run into anyone I knew. Not only did I do that, I ran into someone I know from San Diego. Martin, you haven't met my internet yet, have you?
Hi, internet. Haven't met you guys yet.
So this is my friend Martin Banks. We actually founded the San Diego Filmmakers together like 12 years ago, back when I lived in San Diego. More than that?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, God, I feel so old right now.
Good times, man, good times.
But we got some footage of him playing this VR game that I think I'm about to play.
Yep.
We'll see how that was. It fun?
Raw data, amazing.
Raw data?
First time ever I played a video, I've played a virtual
VR
video,
game?
VR game like that. Amazing.
I probably
Raw
should be
data,
playing with my
incredible.
This will be my
earwolf.
first
Live
ever.
stream.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Good
shoot
stuff.
it, all right.
Yeah. Later on here.
All right, a little bit to tighten up there, but yeah.
So what are we doing? We're fighting robots?
Yeah, you're awesome.
It's time to frag some robots.
I'm going to leave the audio on this one.
I'll make sure if anybody gets close, I'll try to block them back.
So what are we doing? We're fighting robots?
Yeah, you're awesome. Sorry.
Fighting. When are we doing it? Was
Probably going to come in a little bit after this, but
so what are we doing? We're fighting robots?
Yeah, you're awesome.
It's time to frag some robots.
I just signed up. I hope I'll get to meet you again. So, you'll be playing with this.
Okay.
These are two willing players.
This is actually my first VR experience. Other than Google Cardboard, like the other guys I know, this is the first time I'm using a flash. That was my friend Martin. I got him on video. Yeah, I got him on video going.
That's awesome. Yeah, one Martin. That's awesome. So,
Yeah, 1 second.
So, the main three buttons. You have the trigger button where you're next to it. You have the grab button on the inside.
okay. So I'm actually going to go back to the beginning here.
So what are we doing? We're fighting robots?
Yeah, you're awesome.
It's time to frag some robots.
I just signed up. I now said I just signed up. I now said
Albert, we got to frag some robots. Albert, we got to. What are we doing? We're fighting robots?
Yeah, you're awesome. Sorry. You're awesome.
It's time to frag some robots.
And then I'm going to not bring in audio again. It's like as I'm going through, I'm thinking in my head, how am I going to edit this? What am I going to do?
I just signed up. I hope I'll get to
You'll be playing with this. Okay.
These are two willing players.
This is actually my first.
These are two willing players.
I have not. On back. I have not. Back. I have not. This is actually like a couple more years. I got the Google Park. I never got one person. Like a mark, like I got one. Yeah, I got one thing that goes.
I need to lose weight. So I'm going to make a montage of like him handing me the ropes and then putting on the headset and then just like boop, 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 boop.
Put that working from down and replenish your ammunition at 15 rounds. Two more main things. So you can turn around like 60 degrees, okay, where you're looking, but you want to go more to a different part of the apple. That's when you have to use the color shift, which is the left track side button. Okay. So when you push that down, you're going to see a purple cursor, and at the end of it, there's a circle. So you have that cursor like on the floor anywhere, like it circles at the end of it on the ground. When you release, the light goes over to the
Let's adjust this just a little bit. Perfect.
What's your name, by the way?
Aaron, nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, also if you list all items. Oh yeah, also if you
Clearly something jumped at me.
Hold them down. Hold it down. Yeah, those are the two. Hold the trigger. Fire. Fire. Yeah, so you got automatic fire. Then the right one's time.
I fire weird.
There's going to be other issues. The guy's going to be able to say it. It's all good. You're going to respawn. You're going to respawn. Okay.
I died.
Yeah, you can't just buy the thing and be like, I'm ready to go now. Lightsaber! Get your way! They have stealth mode? Come on, lightsaber!
Some of these I gotta get the audio.
They have stealth mode? Yeah. Get him! And lightsaber! Get him! What the heck? Dude, nice. Nice job. No, we don't have any. Awesome. Oh, you have that bill. Kind of crazy. You killed it. You did great. Woo, hard, man. Naturals. That was awesome. Wow. Yeah. I loved how both of you guys just naturally took the game. It wasn't, I feel like some people kind of stay stationary for a bit, but and like I've played first person games, but I've never been big, like really good first person shooter players. To be awesome. Okay, so that first game was a lot of fun. That was my first VR experience, and I have. Okay, so that first game was a lot of fun. That was my first VR experience, and I haven't played a VR game before. The most I have ever done before tonight is a Google Cardboard set. Just watching like 360 videos on YouTube and having to hold that to my face. So that was a lot of fun. They said I was a natural, assuming they're telling the truth. But apparently they saw me outside with the camera, and someone pulled me in to play this game, Kaiser. Now, this game reminds me of the old school battle mech games because it's a mech-based game. But you may or may not be familiar with a place that had opened up in San Diego years ago. It didn't last very long. It was kind of a proof of concept. It was probably ahead of its time. It was called Virtual World, and they actually had cockpits, like advanced flight simulator style cockpits, but instead of flying a plane, you were piloting a mech. And this reminds me of like a VR version of that. So we'll see how fun this game is.
A little bit, yeah. I got a big. I see a square. Or a cube.
In this game, I actually was supposed to be holding them that way because it was like you're holding a huge rifle. That's how it was supposed to be. This game was a little awkward. I didn't like it as much. I don't need a lot of footage for this, especially because I backed up a bit. I was also so nervous because I felt a little safer with the other setup for some reason. But this one, because it was kind of off to the side, I was afraid someone was going to steal my camera. I don't know why I had that fear and not before, but that's what my fear was. Last clip. Last freaking clip.
Okay, so I.
Okay, so.
Yeah, what's the heck? Okay, so I needed.
I'll just leave the okay so in for now, and I'll edit it out later.
Okay, so I need to talk about this evening just really quickly. I almost didn't come out tonight because I was tired and exhausted and I wanted to go home. And even though I'd RSVP'd for this mixer tonight, there was a very real part of me that wanted to just say, you know what, not tonight. But I went out, and I'm really glad I did, because not only did I see some people I hadn't seen in a while, but I made some new friends and some new industry contacts within equipment and other YouTubers. But I think I also gained a few subscribers. I had a lot of people that wanted to know what my channel was so that they could subscribe. Several did right there. Some are
Oh man, the focus on this, it keeps going in and out. I don't know if you can see that
going on to some are going on to be part of the contest I'm running today for May the 4th, for Star Wars Day. But if you are in an industry, especially if you are a YouTuber or if you are a filmmaker or an actor or it's sort of thing, never keep and not for most of the time not wanting to go out and push yourself anyway. Always make friends, make connections, enjoy yourself. And honestly, if you have it's ever again, and this is a strain really showing you in. It felt really good to research and to around people and to not grow and what I'm going to say. So this is like where I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Really solidify that I am where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, even if it's not full time at this moment. The effort I am making is important, and it is on the right track. So that's really all I have to say about that. I got to drive home now, and then I'm just going to crash. I got to take Hudson out so he can go to the bathroom. He is long overdue, and then I'm going to sleep. I'm just shutting down. All right. Good night. Yeah. Good night.
Click.
Yeah.
All right. 11 minutes, not bad. It's obviously going to get whittled down to probably 4 minutes. This will be a tight episode. So, all right. I'm going to edit the rest later. But for now, this is going to be the end of this live stream. I want to thank those of you that joined us live, John and a couple of others, mostly John, asking a lot of questions. Those of you who may be watching this later on, hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully this episode will be out in the next couple of days. All right. Now to get to the right window and shut her down. All right. Good night.